What is home warranty and why do we need it? Good morning. This is Rima Rafe with the Rafe Group. It is another Real Talk with Rima. It is Friday, and today we have a special guest, Sandra Fernandez from HomeGuard Warranty. Sandra's been in the Antelope Valley, Santa Clarita Valley for a while, and I will have her introduce herself. Good morning, Sandra.
Hi, good morning, Rima. Thank you so much for having me here today. I'm super excited to share everything about home warranty with you guys. And I service, like Rima mentioned, the Santa Clarita Valley and the Antelope Valley. So if you have a home warranty, most likely I'm your gal. You're the one that I'm the one that's going to speak to you whenever you do have any questions or concerns.
And Sandra, you've been doing this for a while and you've been servicing our clients for a while. And wanted to touch base is what is home warranty? People usually mistake home warranty with a home insurance, and they're totally different ballgame. Home warranty covers some stuff totally different than the home insurance. Can you please fill us out on that and let us know what exactly home warranty is?
Yeah, most definitely. So a home warranty is a 13-month plan that covers all your major systems and appliances. So a lot of time I get calls and they ask me, what's a home warranty versus a home insurance, or they'll call the home insurance and then they're like, oh, that's not covered. So let me just give you an example because I know for myself, it's a lot easier whenever I can visualize it and kind of, put it into a live situation, a live scenario. So say, for example, you have a pipe, right, that happens to burst in your house. You would call your home warranty to fix the pipe. Any damage that was caused by the water that, ruined your ceiling, ruined the flooring, whatever that might be, that would be your home insurance. So they cover more of the cosmetic aspect of the damage, and we cover your major systems and appliances. And that includes your water heater, your stove, your dishwasher, your AC unit, your heater. So it's a number of things that we cover. We also have optional coverages. So if your house has a pool, that's something that you can add on as well. Your kitchen refrigerator, your washer dryer, those are add-ons as well that you can add to the coverage. I know that a lot of times, especially during when you first move into the house, you don't know the condition that you're going to be getting those appliances. You don't know when was the last time, they bought that particular item, unless you're moving the stove and looking behind to see what year it's from. You're most likely not going to know, right? And you don't know what kind of care the seller gave it before it became yours. So it's a good security to have, especially for new home buyers, because I know that when I was a new home buyer, and I used to also be a lender, so I would always see how much people were left after the close of escrow, how much money they had in their accounts. And a lot of times all they had on their savings account was the money they were going to use for the deposit. So they move into the house and they don't have a lot of money left over because they used it for moving costs, they used it to buy new furniture or whatever that might be. So that's where we step in. We cover those major systems and appliances that give out due to normal wear after the close of escrow.
Sandra, like we see a lot of different coverage, like you mentioned, with the home protection plan. And basically, like in the contracts, when us real estate agents put, the home protection plan, most what we see on the contracts is the basic coverage. What is the basic coverage? And what is the basic, if the buyer gets the basic or the minimum, what kind of coverage are they getting? And we'll get into the extra coverage a little later, but can you, because that's the most common one that people like so tempted to give, especially now with this competitive market, the sellers wants to give as little as possible. So they're only approving the basic coverage. So can you please let us know what is the basic coverage?
Yeah, most definitely. So some of the items that are covered under the basic coverage include your ceiling fans, your ceiling fans, your attic fans, the whole house fan system, okay? We also have central vacuum system, if that's something that you have in your home, your dishwasher, your doorbells, your electrical system. We also cover your garage door opener. Keep in mind, garage door opener, not the door, just the opener, whatever makes the door open and close. And then we cover your garbage disposal, your heating system, instant hot water dispenser if you have one, your microwave oven, keep in mind that it has to be a built-in microwave oven. It can be one of those portable ones. It has to be built in. We also cover pest control, plumbing system and stoppages, your range oven cooktop.
Pest control. What kind
Yes.
of coverage goes into the pest control with the home protection plan?
So I'm going to read you the list. I get that asked a lot, and just keep in mind that we cover. It's limited, right? So we cover. Let me go into detail with it. So we cover the treatment within the interior of the main foundation of the home. So that means only inside of the house, right? And we cover in the garage. Okay, for the following: the ants, sow bugs, millipedes, crickets, roaches, centipedes, silverfish, billpugs, earwigs, clover mites, spiders, and mice, okay? So keep in mind, we don't cover rats because those belong on the outside, right? And we don't cover bees or flying insects. So just keep that in mind. We cover, the pests that tend to be inside of the home most of the time.
Perfect. Okay. So that comes within the basic coverage.
Correct. And then I also want to add that with HomeGuard Home Warranty, we do include the roof leak coverage for single family homes and mobile homes as well. So that's already included with the standard coverage.
The basic. Okay. So the standard coverage, how much the standard coverage runs?
Okay, without the AC unit, because the standard coverage does not come with the AC unit included, it's $300.
Oh, $300. Okay. Is that the normal with all home warranty company, or does the prices varies from one home warranty company to another?
They do vary. Usually we're very competitive when it comes to, our prices. So ours tends to be a little bit lower, but I mean, you're more than welcome to price match because they tend to be fairly similar, but not the same. Also, one of the things that we provide is discounts. So if you have anybody who's in the military or a first responder, let me know and I can discount an additional $25. I know that right now with the way the market is and how competitive it is, any little type of savings would help, especially if it's coming out of the buyer's pocket.
100%. Okay, and let's go to the additional items that home warranty covers, because I know you can kind of add it slowly depending on what you need and depending what the property has.
Yeah, most definitely. So if you do have a pool, like I mentioned, we do have a coverage for that. It's an additional $170. So say, for example, you get our standard coverage and you want to add the pool, it would be the $300 plus the $170. Another add-on that you can also add is if you want to add the kitchen refrigerator, washer, and dryer, that's considered optional because a lot of times either the property doesn't come with those items or the home buyer buys them new. If the home buyer buys them new, typically they have that first year with the manufacturer warranty. So it pretty much voids ours. So it makes it, irrelevant. So it doesn't make sense for the buyer to buy that. So those, we do put them as optional. If you buy them with the Advantage or the Total Protection, it's $90 to add those 3 items. But if you want to add them separately, then it would be $120 to do so. And yeah, so those are considered optional. If your house is like in a rural area and it has a septic tank system or a well, we also have coverage for that. We also have what's called the $40 trade call fee option, and you pay $70 up front, but anytime you call in for service, instead of paying our deductible of $75, you only pay $40. So we do have different ways that your client can save, Rima. And, I would love to just go over everything, but it's so much, so ask away. Tell me what else you want to know. Yeah.
So wanted to, because myself, I cover like from lower end properties to luxury homes. And we see kind of like a big difference in prices. Can you tell us a little bit on that? Like $2 million property, the home protection plan is going to be totally different than a $300,000 property.
Correct. Yes. So all of our coverage, our plan, this one that you see here, this is for single family homes up to 5,000 square feet. Anything over 5,000 square feet, then we do have special pricing for that. It's going to come down to how many square feet the home is and what extras do they have, right? Our contract covers up to 2 AC units I'm guessing a bigger home is going to have more than 2 AC units. So we would add those extra coverages as they come. So it's case by case. Like I said, this contract right here, up to 5,000 square feet. So even though the house might be 4,999, it's still under 5,000 square feet, and you can still use this contract. But we do have optional coverages, Rima. Say, for example, if you have a house that is under the 5,000 square feet, but this person had a lot of smart home features, because they love technology and they want to keep their house, technology, with a lot of technology, right? Mm-hmm. So we do have a smart home feature that you can add on for $150, and it gives them a limit of $5,000. So there are, we do know that some people might need that, and so we added it to our contract. And then what else did we just add that I wanted to bring up? We also have what's called the appliance limit upgrade. So for those higher end homes where they have high end appliances, we do provide for an additional $100 up to $5,000 of extra coverage, right? So say, for example, if they have the kitchen refrigerator add-on and they add this additional coverage, instead of the refrigerator, the kitchen refrigerator being covered up to $5,000, now they're getting an additional $5,000. So that makes it $10,000 to go towards their kitchen refrigerator. So if you have scenarios like that, Rima, let me know, and I'll let you know how to best accommodate your client.
Got it. So I just want to go back to the square foot. It's based on square footage, not how expensive or how inexpensive a house is.
Correct.
As a price. Got it. Okay. And there is a service fee when a consumer buys a home protection when they purchase the property. What does that cover, and does that just a service fee, or do they implement it to any repairs needs to be done? How does the service fee works?
Yes, so we do have a $75 deductible, like I mentioned. However, with us, we have what's called the service call guarantee. So whenever we send out a technician, sometimes we don't know what the problem is, right? We're sending the technician so that we can find out whatever the issue is. If by any reason, the technician goes to the property and they find out that it's not something that falls within the terms of our contract, if we can conduct the repair, your client doesn't have to pay that deductible. They only pay for it if we're actually conducting a repair. So basically what happens is they just pay the $75 deductible and we cover the rest. So if it's, a repair that's going to cost, $475, we cover the $400, your client only has to worry about that $75. That's the way it works.
The deductible is in every service call. It's not one-time deductible.
Yes, it's in every service call. And say, for example, sometimes I have clients who call in at once 2 claims, right? And one of them is for an AC, right? AC is not working. They want a technician for their AC. And then they call me for a stoppage, right? Which is a plumber. So because we're going to be sending 2 different technicians for 2 different issues, then it would be $75. However, if they call us and they tell me, you know what, Sandra, I have a stoppage on my master bathroom. The toilet has a stoppage, and then I have a leak in, the bathroom downstairs. Because we're going to be sending a plumber that one time, then it would be that $75 deductible only.
Got it. Okay, and we have sometimes that clients, they do not want to get home warranty because probably the seller does not want to pay it and the buyer feels that it's not important. Let's say you close escrow. How far from us closing escrow to the buyer can or able to purchase a home warranty? Because my understanding is the prices gets different if you close a home and you decide 5-6 months down the road to get a home warranty versus purchasing a home and getting the home warranty upon closing.
Yes, so the prices do change because at that point it becomes more of a risk for us. So if you, it's case by case. So call me. If you have a client who wants to get the home warranty, but they can't get it as soon as escrow closes, let me know and we'll see what we can do, because, typically the rates do go up. So say, for example, if they were going to get the total protection, the in escrow pricing for that is $545 for 13 months versus our 12-month contract for out of escrow properties is $675. So it does go up significantly. So I would suggest that if you have a situation like that, let me know. because typically we have like a grace period of 2 weeks, but it's case by case. So I would suggest that if you do have a situation like that, bring it up to me, and then we'll see what we can do, how we can work around your client's budget and time.
Awesome. And what if a client never purchased a home warranty and they've been living in their home for a few years now, and they, out of the blue, they decided to get a home warranty? How are they qualified for that? And is the pricing way different or way more expensive?
It's higher. We have two different plans. One of them is a monthly plan, so a month-to-month plan. They are in a contract, so they are required to pay those 12 months, but it's month-to-month. So we divide, the cost of the home warranty plan by 12 months, and then we have our 12-month contract. The price is a bit higher. We have 3 separate plans. So I think, if they want to find out more information about that, they can feel free to call me. But it does increase. So it's like about $50 to $75 higher than our in escrow pricing. And the difference between the in escrow and out of escrow is we don't require a property inspection to get it outside of escrow. However, they do have to wait 30 days before they can file a claim. So just keep that in mind. Whenever you do get a policy, for a property you've been living at for 5, 6, 7 years, just keep in mind that you're going to have to wait 30 days before you can file a claim. Obviously, we're not going to cheat you out of that, 30 days. So your policy, say, for example, you buy it today, it won't begin right now, it will begin 30 days after. Okay.
Perfect. And speaking of the 30-day period, a lot of clients, like, they move in, and even if the home inspection checked out okay, everything's fine. Like, of course, the home inspection was done 30, 45 days when escrow started. A lot of things, even if the property is vacant, a lot of things can happen along the way. Now we close on a home, we have problem, buyer thinks that they can pick up the phone the first 24 hours and, seek help for the home protection plan. What is there, kind of like you mentioned the 30 days, but if they can show on the home inspection that, let's say, the AC was working just fine, was running just fine, do you guys cover that, or they still have to wait the 30-day period?
No, keep in mind that the 30-day waiting period is only for outside of escrow properties. In escrow properties do not require the 30-day wait. So say, for example, Rima, if they get their keys today, they move in and they notice that they have a gas leak. They can call us right away. Obviously, our policy starts as soon as we receive payment from escrow. But in that situation, what we're going to do is we're going to contact escrow and just be like, hey, I just got a claim for this property. I noticed that you sent the invoice, 2 weeks ago. Has this property closed? And then they're going to confirm, yes, it has closed. We just want to know where the check is. Can you please give us information about payment? Once we get that information from escrow about payment, then we will go ahead and dispatch it out. If there's a red flag, where something might be, it might raise a red flag because it's so new and we might think, oh, was this pre-existing? What's going on? Then we might request a property inspection. And if everything looks fine on the property inspection, we're going to assume that it was in working order. And then that's when we would go ahead and cover the claim. So don't be surprised if at times we request a property inspection. We're just trying to do our due diligence, because keep in mind that we are a home insurance company, so we want to make sure that, everything was in working order when the policy was purchased.
Perfect. And once they purchase a policy and they have concerns, do they have to go through you directly for any concerns or any issues on the property, or they call the 800 line or the service line? Like, what's the easiest way for consumer? Like, we know, like, we're all busy, especially nowadays, and a lot of buyers get frustrated because their answers, their questions don't get answered right away. So with your company or in general, do they go through a specific person, specific rep, or do they have to go through an 800 line?
Yeah, well, it all depends. Typically, we do have a service number that they would call, which is a 1-800 number. However, for my clients, I do provide that extra touch with them and, that personal care. And my cell phone number is in all of my marketing pieces. My cell phone number is in all the brochures that I send out. So if they have a question, and they just want an answer right away, they can always call me, as long as I'm not like in a meeting like I am right now, or as long as, I'm not sleeping or, in the shower, whatever that might be. they can always call me. You can always give them my cell phone number. I'll be more than happy to answer any questions or concerns they might have. Because sometimes it's just a question, it's a 5-second question that they have. And if I can answer it for them, I'll be more than happy to. But like I said, we do have that service number. Just so that they know that, we have 24-hour care for them. So if they can't get a hold of me because it's 2:00 in the morning, we do have an emergency line where they can call.
Okay. And we know that the home warranty starts from the time you get the check, from the time escrow closes, and it covers your warranty covers 14 months, you mentioned?
13 months.
13 months. So after that 13 months is the responsibility of the client, the homeowner, to renew that policy, because it does not automatically renew. So if they don't have that payment made on the 13th month, they lost coverage. And that's what sometimes we miss out on. Like a lot of my clients, like, hey, they call me, I have home warranty. I'm like, did you renew it? You bought the house 3 years ago. So how do they get that confirmation, or how can we protect our clients from making sure that they do have that information to renew that policy when it comes due?
Okay, perfect. I'm glad you asked that. So we do have a renewal department before the policy expires. Usually it's like about a month before. We'll contact the homeowner to ask them if they want to renew. We send information by mail letting them know, hey, your policy is about to renew. Would you like to renew? And if we have their email, we also send an email confirmation to see if they would like to renew. We also have the option of doing the 2-year plans. So say, for example, if your seller is agreeing that they're only going to pay for 1 year of coverage, so for 13 months, but your client is like, no, you know what? I know that I'm going to want to renew next year. I would suggest that they get the policy for 2 years. That way they can get in escrow pricing for both years. They're going to be saving a lot of money if they do it that way. But I know that if they don't want to, or they want to try us out first, like I said, they do have the option of renewing, and we will contact them, when that time comes. Or they can call me and just be like, hey, Sandra, I think my policy is about to expire. Can you tell me when that date is? And I can share that information with them.
What about let's say if you purchase property and you renewed for 2 years, and you still have 7-8 months on your policy, and the house is now up for sale, what happens to that policy? Can it be transferred to the new buyer, or what happens there? Or they have to start all over again? Because that comes up from our side. It's like, oh, I have home warranty. Like, why do I have to pay home warranty? I can just transfer it to the new buyer. So can you fill us out on that?
Yeah, definitely. They do have the option of either canceling and using the funds towards the new contract, so towards a new 13-month contract, or they can transfer over the policy, depending on what type of coverage they have. I mean, if they only have 6 months left, it probably makes sense. But if they have like 1 month left, you're going to have to prorate 12 months for the new buyer, and then be a little bit more expensive than just going with the in escrow pricing, because we do have a discounted contract. So just keep that in mind. So it just depends on case by case. They have both options, but I would suggest them, contacting me first so that we can see what's the best option for your client.
And going back to the renewal, once that 13 months is up, that renewal rates will stay the same, right? It's locked on that for that rate, whatever the rate is the time they purchase the home warranty.
Only if they get the 2-year plan. If they don't, then no, it's not a locked rate. They would fall under the renewal contract.
Got it. Okay. Perfect. What about rental properties? Is that like once we close escrow, if the buyer decide to get home warranty and it's a rental property, is that different from owner-occupied properties as far as coverage and pricing?
No, it's the same. So if the property is in escrow and it's somebody who's buying it to rent it out, it's still the same coverage. However, if you have a landlord who is looking to buy a home warranty and they've owned the property for 5 months, 2 years, 3 years, then they would fall under the renewal, the renewal contract or the out of escrow contract.
Out of escrow contract, but they can purchase unlimited home warranty even if you have 15, 20, 30 properties as far as rentals.
Yeah, definitely.
There is a discount there for a while. There was like a bulk bulk home warranty rates. Is that still available and still out there, or they don't exist?
It's case by case. We would have to see, what the production is or how many properties they have, and then we can see if we can apply discounts. You would have to contact me, and we would have to analyze, to see how many properties they have and stuff like that.
Awesome. And Sandra, you service the Antelope Valley and you service the Santa Clarita Valley. Which other areas do you service as well?
I also do Pine Mountain and Fraser Park. So for, everybody
all over the place.
Yeah. And just keep in mind that that's only for the agent. So the agent has to be either in the Antelope Valley, Santa Clarita Valley, Fraser Park, or Pine Mountain. But say, for example, Rima, if you're the agent and you're representing property, I don't know, in Pasadena, I can still cover that property because technically you're in the Santa Clarita area. So I also have properties in Palm Springs, and it's because the agent happens to be in my territory, but they sold the property in that area. So just keep that in mind.
What if a client calls you from Malibu? Will you be able to cover them?
Yeah. As long as you're the agent, or if he comes out of escrow, then it should be fine. I'll be able to assist him.
Anything that you'd like to add, or any information that we missed that you think should be valuable, and should we share it with everyone today?
Well, I just want to remind you guys that I am from HomeGuard Home Warranty, so everything that I shared is based on our contract. So you might want to, if you might want to compare us to other companies, and I completely understand, but all the information that I did share does come specifically from my HomeGuard Home Warranty contract. And I am Sandra Fernandez. I'm going to give you guys my number in case you guys have any questions about anything that was discussed today. My number is 310-924-1803. Once again, 310-924-1803. That's my cell phone number. So feel free to give me a call if you guys have any questions. We do have a great contract. And I have so much more information that I would like to share, but like I said, it would take more than half an hour. So if you guys do have any questions, feel free to reach out and I'd be more than happy to assist you.
Well, Sandra, thank you so much for joining us on this beautiful Friday. I'm actually out of town. As you can see, I'm doing this from my hotel room. And
that's dedication. I love it, Rima.
Thank you so much for being here and being part of our community and being our guest. We appreciate you. And we'll see you next time.
Likewise, thank you so much, and thank you for watching, everybody. Hopefully, we can chat and you can become my client. Let me know. You have my number.
Thank you so much, Sandra. Talk to you later.
Thank you. Have a great day.
You too.